if you think you're wasting your time with gesture drawings, here are a few reasons why they're important and how to improve your gesture drawings and take them to the next level. So there is no really one only method for gesture drawings. There are many different ways to do it, and essentially gesture drawing is a glorified stick figure. But no matter what method you choose, there are always a few things that we need to consider when doing gesture drawings. The first one is the flow of our lines. So it is our tendencies sometimes to just have things symmetrical, so we may decide to draw the body this way, have the head here and start doing lines and C curves that look like this. But this really is not very appealing and doesn't flow well and makes the gesture look very weird. So what we need to do instead is always follow curves that flow into each other. So as you can see, this is another example that the curves always follow into each other. But what does that really mean in practice? So if we look at this example here, instead of doing lines that look like this and lines that look like this, what we need to do instead is make the line flow like this and this and this. And then you have the other line there. Same with the leg. Instead of having lines that go like this into each other and then like this, what we do is we want them to flow, so we can just do this here and then flow this one down there like that. Or the other way, maybe for the other leg we go this way and then out this way. So you can see they really flow into each other. The other important thing about gesture drawing is that we're not really looking at the contour per se. We really want to be able to put the flow and the essence of the body, but we're not drawing the contour. So when we're looking at gesture, we're not really trying to draw this here and then this here exactly like that. This is not what we're doing, but what we're doing is summarizing the body into how these different parts are flowing into each other and moving. So you can see here, I drew maybe the torso here. You can see maybe the proportions of how this is or the chest is not correct. And, we're not really following the contour of how exactly the body or the anatomy will look, because that's not the point. The point is to just simplify the body into simple lines that show the flow of the gesture. So there are three elements to gesture drawing. First of all, simplification. The idea is that we want to try and simplify the entire body into a few simple lines, and gesture drawing usually is done within 1 to 2 minutes. So we really have to think pretty quick how to simplify the body and be able to draw it within that time period. And for me, the method that I have chosen to simplify the body with is Michael Hampton's method, because it really follows the same steps over and over again. And I really like the way he simplifies it. So essentially we start with the head and then we put the neck. Then we got to look at how the body is bending and twisting. You want to look where you have a stretch. So in this case, you have a stretch that's here. And then you have a bend right here where you have quite a bit of bending at the back. So when we want to draw that, we put the part where you have the bend first, and then you put the stretch, right? And then we put the hips, and then we do the leg that is supporting or on the floor, on the ground first, and then we can put the other leg afterwards. And then put the shoulder, and then the arm, and then the other shoulder, and then the other arm. And then we can add some wrapping lines to show a little bit of the form. Now, the second element of gesture drawing is the flow of the body. So we really want to think about the reason we do gesture drawings to put the flow of the figure and the flow of the drawing, so that when we add the anatomy and the construction, we can try and keep that. So we can see here the flow is really going and following this shape here. So when we want to draw it, we really need to think about that and consider that as much as we can when we're doing this drawing. But we follow the same method again. We do the head first, we add the neck, we have this part that comes back here, we have the bend, we have the stretch, and the stretch here really follows the flow that we were talking about, right? So you can see it goes all the way to the leg there, and then we have the other part of the hips, and then again flow. We have the flow here where it follows the other leg. So you can see I'm trying to really add all these lines to show, but you don't really need to add all of that when you're doing your gesture drawings. So we have this, as we said, we do the supporting leg first, because the other leg is in the air, floating in the air, so we can do this one first. Foot is there, and then we have the other one that is going here, like that. And then we have this shoulder here, and then we have the other shoulder there. Then the third element of gesture drawing is exaggeration. The idea here is that we really want to exaggerate the gesture of the figure, because our tendencies are usually to make things very balanced and very stiff. So if we start without exaggeration, or we start stiff with our gesture, then our figure, when we add construction and we start adding the anatomy, will look even more stiff. So exaggeration is a great thing, or a great tool for us. So when we look at this, the same lines that we talked about, we can see how can we exaggerate them. So we can see here we have the neck. We can really exaggerate this bend here, or the direction of the body. And then we have the legs here. We can have this one here. We can really push it out a little bit more compared to the vertical, a little bit more vertical that's there. And then we have this here, and then that, and then this leg we can even push it higher up. We got the knee here, and then it comes back, right? Same with shoulder here, goes up and then goes there, and then this one here is going this way and that way. So now that we've learned how to do gesture drawings, why do we even do them, and why do we even bother? Well, there are a few reasons. First of all, it really helps us, as I mentioned, train our brain and our eye to simplify things and look at what matters. So it really helps us, when we want to do complicated things, to see that simplicity and to understand how can we simplify it. The other thing is that it is really the foundation for figure drawing. If we can't really do gesture drawings, how are we expected to add constructions and anatomy? A lot of us just really want to do figure drawing, so we just jump straight into learning anatomy, but it becomes really a struggle. So starting with gesture drawing and simplifying things is really the way to go. And finally, I think the most important thing is that it really helps us know or practice how to exaggerate the pose and understand the flow. And really, it's very easy to make changes at the gesture drawing stage. If we don't really like the pose and the flow of the figure, we can easily just make some adjustments by adjusting a couple of lines, rather than trying to do a whole figure drawing and a whole piece of the body. Now, if you want to learn about the best and the fastest way to improve at art and drawing, you must watch this video here.